separate those two, is what they say.
Whichever way they want to talk about it, I'm very clear. We will not pass a clean debt ceiling here without some form of spending reform. So there'll never be a clean one. I don't know how they want to say it, that's fine. But at the end of the day, we're going to get spending reforms. I believe you have to lift the debt ceiling. But you do not lift the debt ceiling without changing your behavior. So it's got to be both in process. Yes, sir.
You've been talking about the...
We have a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSDI, and SSDI. A ton of news about the fourth stimulus, folks. Here it is. We got a ton of news on this. Important news, you don't even want to miss out on this. While buying a home might be the traditional American dream, it comes with a lot of cost. Not only your mortgage, interest and property tax, but also the maintenance and upkeep. Luckily for homeowners though, the tax season provides an excellent chance to get some of the money back in the form of tax credits or deductions that can lead to an even huge tax refund. Most homeowners with mortgages know they can deduct payments toward loan interest. Many tax deductions and tax credits involved in owning a house are less known. And plus, not everybody who gets a chance to own a home will get the benefits of owning a home. That's, folks, because of the mortgage interest, or the amount of interest you pay on your home loan yearly, is one of the most common tax deductions for homeowners. It's also the most lucrative, particularly for new homeowners, whose payments generally go more toward loan interest during the first years of a mortgage. Like homeowners filing taxes can deduct all payments for mortgage interest on loans for up to $1 million. And also, loans up to $750,000, if made after December 15th, our single filers get half of that amount. The New Jersey Governor, Phil Murphy, announced that his State of the State speech that New Jersey will extend the deadline to apply for the property tax relief through the state's new program. Homeowners and renters in the state will have until February 28th to apply for the check. The state previously extended the deadline from December 30th to January 31st. And plus, the governor and his fellow Democrats who led the state legislature unveiled a $2 billion program last year and said it will provide residents help in the face of the nation's highest property tax. About 2 million New Jersey homeowners and renters are expected to benefit from the program, which was included in the $56 billion budget signed last year. So far, according to numbers from Murphy's office, about 1 million households have applied, 1 million homeowners, and also, let's not forget about this, folks, 228,000 tenants. It's money going right into the pockets of people. It's money going to people in need. Under the program, homeowners making $150,000 or less will receive rebates of $1,500 on the property tax bills, and those making $150,000 to $250,000 will receive $1,000 rebates. Renters making up to $150,000 will see $400 checks to help offset rent increases. And now the average property tax bill in that state was supposed to be about $10,000. Now, Murphy and other Democrats have reportedly vowed to make the state more affordable. Now, they have touted this program as historic. Republicans have countered it as a gimmick. And now state assembly leaders are still waiting for more anchor checks. Where the money should have been doled out through the application process, people face high inflation, high energy costs, etc. Checks or direct deposits begin going out late in spring, regardless of when tax. And the payments are not subject to federal or state income tax. And your report also found that the median monthly rent in the U.S. dipped below $2,000 last month, but remains high compared to 2 years ago. The median market rent decreased to $2,000 in December, a 1.4% drop from November, and the year-over-year rent grew 4%. But December's reduced rent remains high after rental prices registered double-digit prices. And now in December, renters are even facing more problems. $330 checks per month. Will they get it? Let's see if it happens.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please have a seat. Good afternoon. President Biden, President Clinton, members of our cabinet, members of Congress, and our fellow Americans. Nearly 30 years ago, just outside in the Rose Garden, our nation took a long overdue step to give working people, and in particular working mothers, the dignity, respect, and support they deserve. Before then, many of us will remember, working people faced often impossible choices. The choice either to take care of a loved one or keep a job. The choice either to protect one's health or protect one's livelihood. But thanks to the Family and Medical Leave Act, millions of Americans since then have been spared these false choices. Everyone here.
Go to advancingamericanfreedom.com. You'll see we spent a lot of time on it. Our organization has actually spent the better part of $10 million already in the last 4 months.
In Dr. Shah's position are often put in front of the media, and they have 12 seconds to respond to very difficult issues. And meanwhile, people are reading social media, and they're hearing this study and that study, and people say, what the hell is going on? So I hope we'll have a few minutes to get into a little bit more depth about some of the very serious issues surrounding COVID. Let me begin, and by the way, many of the questions that I'm going to ask Dr. Shah came from Facebook. We asked people to come up with, ideas that were on their minds.
Everyone, $200 bonus checks are being sent out right now to millions of Americans, and new financial assistance has been approved for low-income households. More and more people are showing their support for new inflation relief checks. And here is some big news. The New York governor has also announced that New York families on public assistance can expect an additional boost to their wallets this month to help cover back-to-school costs. The one-time payments come as inflation has tightened households' budgets across the country, making the annual shopping trip for notebooks, pencils, and backpacks a greater financial burden, particularly for low-income families. State officials begin distributing the money this week. Families on public assistance will receive $214 for each of their children. For each child of 3, families will receive $150. Public assistance provides cash to low-income families for up to 6 months who may have trouble meeting basic needs like housing. The extra help could provide some relief for families who had also benefited from the expanded child tax credit, which provided extra money to more families with children. The Rhode Island governor announced this week a one-time child tax rebate for families that will begin rolling out this fall. According to the governor, the rebate includes $250 per child for up to 3 children in a household and will automatically be sent to eligible families starting in October without any separate applications needed. Some 115,000 Rhode Island households are expected to receive the check. The governor told reporters, "Our administration is committed to targeting tax relief to Rhode Islanders as we continue to build on our state's economic momentum. Supporting parents and their children with Rhode Island's new child tax rebate is sensible and critical way to grow our economy." The policy was established, everybody, in the 2023 fiscal year. It will be administered by the Rhode Island Division of Taxation. The move comes amid skyrocketing